We use algebra tiles to represent different things. So because algebra is essentially counting different things or like terms, we need to have tiles that represent different things. So our small white tiles, our small green tiles are going to be our +1 tiles, and the small white tiles are going to be the opposite, which is going to be -1. And together they cancel out. These are called zero pairs when we group them together. The bigger tiles, the bigger square tiles, are x squared tiles. And when we talk about the x squared tiles, we're talking about the area x squared. They also have a length of x, so the edge lengths are x, but the area is x squared, and we call this an x squared tile because of its area. The rectangular tile is an x tile because it has a length of x, a width of 1, the same as those little squares up here, and the area is going to be x. So that's why they're called an x tile, because an area is x. And then the white ones are just the opposites of them. And when we group them together, they cancel out because they are zero pairs. We group these together, they cancel out because they are zero pairs. So we can show things using algebra tiles. So if I want to show something is 2x squared minus 2, I need to draw two x squared tiles. And because they're positive, I'm going to fill them in. And I'm going to have two -2 tiles, two -1 tiles, and I'm just going to have them as smaller squares, and I'm going to leave them empty. I can put -1 in there to make that clear. A -x squared tile is just going to be a square tile that's empty, okay, or white. The 3x tiles are going to be filled in rectangles. So I'm going to have 3 of these, and I'm going to fill those in to indicate that these are positive tiles. And then I'm going to have empty -1 tiles. So I have two -1 tiles here. For the next one, C, we have +2x squared. So I need to show two squares. And because they are positive, I'm going to fill them in. I'm going to write it in as well to make it clear. +x squares, and I have +3x's, so I'm going to have 3 rectangles. And I'm going to fill them in to indicate that they are positive tiles. So those tiles represent the expression 2x squared plus 3x. That differs then from 2x squared plus 3 because we're going to have the 2x squared tiles. But instead of 3 rectangles, we're going to have 3 small squares that indicate the +3 ones. Okay, and again, all that is going to be shaded in because they're going to represent positive tiles. The white ones represent negative tiles. So there's going to be +x squared, +1, 3 ones there.